opposition bench, to my fellow comrades, the government members, and also to my beloved audience. Okay, so for today, this house believes that doping should be allowed in professional sports.
Doping should be allowed.
That doping should be allowed in professional sports. So, the definition of doping is to allow the usage of drug and techniques such as injecting oxygen in blood to enhance the physical performance, while professional sports can be defined as a sports competition held by international organizers. So, the mechanism that we will try to imply to allow doping used in professional sports are: the first step is that we should announce allowed drugs that will be able to be used before the competition starts. And secondly, is the autonomy of a person. Autonomy of a person, which means that which means the rights of a person of what he will be able to do to his body, to use drugs at a certain amount of usage or the techniques used. Such as if someone wants to use painkillers during the competition, the organizers should actually give a certain amount of usage so that the athlete won't overuse the drug. So the third step is drugs must be used. The organizers must prepare drugs, and the athletes must also use the drugs prepared by the organizers. This to ensure that the drugs used by athletes will not be overdosed, and so this step will actually try to avoid any casualties due to overdose.
Okay.
And the fourth is we must list all athletes that take drugs.
The fourth
mechanism is we must list all athletes. We must list all athletes that take drugs. While the fifth and final mechanism, all injuries and casualties are not responsible by the sports organizer, because this also actually the responsibility of the athletes who are taking the drugs. So if they accidentally overdose, it's actually the responsibility of them. So what we are about to debate for today is about international sports. So the proof is doping is actually a preferable technique to ensure the top performance of athletes. So for my first point are in terms of performance. So as you can see, certain athletes, they cannot perform well because they cannot perform well because of certain problems, such as weather problems, or either they are in too much pain. Such as, for an example, like before the competition even starts, they were undergoing intensive exercise, and during the exercise they suffered a lot of pain. So physical injuries such as cramps are a norm during exercises. So with the usage and the allowance of doping in international sports competition, athletes can release the true potential of their body performance, so that they can give out the best potential of their body to perform well in sports. Let me give you an analogy. So let me give you an analogy. Athletes who suffers too much from injuries during exercise can use drugs such as painkillers as they perform, so that they can give out the best results out of their body. So the main reason why the government should allow doping. So the main reasons why the government should allow doping in professional sports is because number one, we must we must encourage others to participate in sports. Because this will also encourage those who are obese or those who are unfit to actually exercise so that they can become fit.
So that they can become fit.
So that they can become fit. And the second is the most important of all. If we were to participate in a sports competition or international sports competition, we want to make our nation proud. And the third is by participating in professional sports, we will be able to show the beautiful creation of humans without injury. So, why doping? Because doping will enhance the physical performance of an athlete to perform at their maximum results to ensure a victorious win in the competition. So, I rest my case.
Thank you, government, Prime Minister.